be careful coming in on this road until they get it fixed.
Pre-show.
Yep, pre-show, where we complain about stuff that happens when it rains too much. Well, it's not so bad if it's a slow drizzle, but when it rains like that, dude, the clay gets terrible. I feel like, uh, yeah, after they scrape it. You ever seen My Cousin Vinny
Mm-hmm.
with Joe Pesci? And he
Mm-hmm.
talks about the mud. You got Alabama mud. We're awful proud of our mud down here. That's why your tires is like that. It's that Alabama mud. That's why I don't wash my cars. Dude, you wash your car, it's all nice and clean. The next day after you leave the house, like, damn it. I'm going to start over.
It's funny because up north here, everybody thinks uh, if you buy a car from down south, you're getting it with no rot because the weather is nicer. I'm like, where?
It's sure shit, not Florida.
Well, yeah, they'll mention like Florida and Texas. Oh, I got nothing to drink. Damn it.
Maybe Texas.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it depends. Depends on the location. Texas is so big. Depends on the location. You get some of that crap out in the middle of the desert. What is it? They were talking about it on the podcast today or something. All the water rations in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, one of the ladies said, Phoenix. Remember what Peggy Hill said in King of the Hill? She said Phoenix is as an affront to God. Nobody should build a city out there.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So I pretty much did nothing all day.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I got up at 5 o'clock, went to work, worked all day, come home, went to Walmart. That's the second job. I didn't kill anybody at Walmart, so that was wonderful. I managed to get out alive. Um, I only had to, I only had to wait 30 minutes to check myself out, so everything's cool.
And to check yourself out too,
Oh yeah,
and then have them, demand your receipt on the way out the door. I've been waiting here for an hour.
yeah. If I was going to steal this crap, I would have just ran out the door. It's not like you would have chased me.
If I was going to steal shit, I'd go to Target where it's more expensive.
Yeah, a little better quality
Yeah,
sometimes.
once in a while. Not often, but once in a while.
But no, if I'm going to, decide to become a criminal mastermind or something, it's not going to be at Walmart or Target. You know,
Or Georgia.
probably not Georgia. Well, I know there's some nice jewelry shops and stuff in Savannah.
Your wife would beat your ass. Who's
That's
gonna?
where my TV cabinet is. It's been sitting in Savannah for like 2 weeks. It's supposed to be delivered 2 weeks ago. It's been in Savannah 2 weeks. They're like, oh, we're trying to see if we get another delivery in your direction. Do you know where the hell I live? In the middle of nowhere. You need to go ahead and just suck it up, Buttercup, and bring my damn TV cabinet so I can put it
Yeah.
here.
Give me my shite.
Yeah. But, yeah. What's bad is I ordered it. It left Pennsylvania, the company I bought it from, left
Mhm.
Pennsylvania, went to New Jersey. So I never figured it was coming back from New Jersey. I'd just let it be there and it'd be stuck. Then it left New Jersey and went to North Carolina. And then it sat in North Carolina for a little bit. Then it left North Carolina and it went to delivery hub final location. So I called them because it's been there for like a week and a half. Like, okay, it's been in the delivery hub location. Did somebody stack some shit on it and forget it? Go look. They're like, no, it's here. We're just waiting to see if we can get a few more people, deliveries in your way. Oh, yeah, I'm sure people are ordering $600 TV stands in my area all the time. I'm sure you'll just have another one any day now. Bring
Six
me my
hundred dollar
TV.
TV stand.
Yeah,
Why don't you just build one?
I could have, I guess, if I had a shop, but
Do it outside. Well, not in the rain, but you could have just built it outside.
look, it's solid teak. So,
I don't know what that means.
yeah, it's teak.
It's teak.
Yeah, teak wood. It's a really high strength, ultra durable wood. It's they used it a lot in earlier furniture. It's the crap that holds up forever. It's
Are you
not
gonna are
not
you are
particle
you
board.
are you gonna sleep on this stand or
No, I'm gonna put it underneath my TV.
how heavy is your TV that you need?
No, I'm gonna put other stuff on it because my TV I'm mounted on the wall.
But you bought a TV stand.
Yes, it's an entertainment TV stand. It's gonna hold all the other stuff that goes with the TV: sound bar, record player, speakers, video game consoles, that kind of junk.
Record player.
I have a record player. You don't have a record player?
Not currently.
I'm fixed to say Savage. Do I need to send you some Led Zeppelin albums or something?
Um, no, I got about 8 gigs worth of music on my computer external. So
Well, I actually start when I listen to music a lot of times at the house, and they're not here. My wife and kids aren't here to bother me. Oh, sorry. Every day. Um, I actually switched. I got a record player, and I actually bought analog speakers to go with it. So you get that old school crackly poppy sound.
yeah, how it was meant
I
to
use it
sound.
when y'all aren't here. Exactly. That's why I don't get to use it that often. Last time I used it, I was playing Mozart. I bought a Requiem Mass on LP. Didn't look like it ever been played. I bought it at an antique store. I cracked the plastic on it because it probably had never been played. Played it was wonderful, and then they called. You listen to classical music like that, and somebody calls, it takes you completely out of it. It's not going to happen again. You can't get back in it. You got to start over.
You flip the arm up, you smash the vinyl, and go on with the rest of your day. I just broke Mozart. Why? Because somebody friggin' rang my house while I was trying to listen to music and relax. So, did you pick up anything this week?
No, I haven't had a chance. I've worked and worked and worked. I haven't even got. I haven't even read anything. I finished reading this, but that's it.
Yeah, I haven't read. I didn't read anything all week. I started to, and then my coffee spilled, and I had to hurry up and move comics that thankfully were bagged and boarded already. And
You didn't. Nothing got destroyed last week when you spilt water on it, did it?
oh, that yeah.
What'd you destroy?
It like went all over my keyboard, and what happened is the stack of books way over this way,
Yeah.
down there, that I was showing off like a month ago.
Oh my
Um,
God.
I
They
put
got
it down,
destroyed.
and the water bottle knocked into it as the water was pouring all over the keyboard, and
Hold on.
they didn't get destroyed. They just fell everywhere.
Do what?
We have a dump truck in our driveway, and they're still scraping. What kind of power does he have?
All right. When you're the county garbage man, you get shit done.
No kidding.
What kind of power does he have?
I told you he's the garbage man. He's like, I need some gravel and some sand on my road. You want your garbage picked up?
He's like, I should have married the garbage man. He would have read My Little Pony and reviewed it for me. Uh-oh, can't hear you. No volume. Oh, you muted me for that one. Can't hear you. Talk. Hello, Ryan. Still can't hear you, Thomas. He's going to go back out and come back in again. Mm-hmm. Sounds like fun. Oh, look. It's my Joker decals on the wall. Hello. Nope. Heard something like a short, but it like a static when you started playing with the wire by the PC, but now it says you're muted. Nothing. We got nothing. Nope. Well, this is odd. We were talking just fine a moment ago. He's going to go out and come back in. Well, we're waiting. Let's have a word from our sponsor.
War is a topic of vital importance, a subject of inquiry that cannot be ignored. It is a matter of life and death. It can be a road to safety or to ruin.
In an alternate version of our world, brought to the brink of total collapse, rival nations fight for global domination, and elite pilots in futuristic combat suits wage war on the battlefield of tomorrow. Now, 6 brave soldiers on a seemingly routine rescue mission will encounter more than they bargained for and uncover a dangerous secret that could change their world if they live long enough to see it. Mavericks Origins Volume 1.
Now on Indiegogo.
And we're back. No, but you're not. Ryan, here's the link for that Indiegogo. Hello, Ace. What's happening, man? Well, this is fun. Technical difficulties. No. Try whacking it.
Hello?
Hey!
Shit. Okay. Never mind. We got it figured out. Damn technology. This crap's getting on my nerves.
Cool.
technology getting on my nerves. No, that's not cool.
No, I was talking to the chat.
Oh, the chat people.
Yeah, I had to entertain. We had to entertain ourselves while you were.
Having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife just said there's a damn dump truck parked in my front yard. So there it is.
You know. Yeehaw!
I guess.
That's all I got to say about that.
Gonna finish the world's longest comic book.
Yeah.
Jesus. Actually, the second half of this book, the last 3 stories are, well, 2 of the 3 last stories are better than a lot of the stuff before, I thought.
And here's the kicker. Like, I bought another copy of that for like I showed you the copy that I had.
Yeah.
You know, folds and color breaks all over the cover.
Yeah.
I'm going through a box. What do you think I found?
Another copy.
Another copy. It had like an ink run, like from the printing run.
Yeah.
So it looked almost like a thumbprint being dragged down, like in one small like
little section of the cover or something.
Little section like in the middle of the cover. Other than that, the issue is like pretty much near mint, and I'm like, oh.
That's still probably a VF. I mean, some people may bitch about it, but I mean, stuff like that. Books that are 50 years old have a ton of printing errors.
Yeah,
and then
it's
people
not
like,
it's not just the printing errors. It's like the, they're like, but why isn't it mint? I go, because there used to be content in comic books.
Yeah, it's because
it's not 18 or 17 pages of story and like the rest all ads. But they're in-house ads. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a 50-page-year-old book that little Jimmy bought at the damn drugstore with a Coke and some frickin' peanuts and read with his grubby paws as he waited to get his hair buzzed. Shut up.
Quit talking about us like that.
Hey, it happens.
It happens.
Now, the shocking thing about this Batman story is if you look at it real close, I don't know, we need to blow it up. Can this work? See where it says right there? Story by Bill Finger and art by Bob. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. Bob was still alive when this was printed, and his name isn't the only one on there.
And what's shocking is Bill Finger's family, like his granddaughter and grandchildren.
Yeah.
and kids went through a lot to get his credit put on. So now they legally have to print created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger.
Yeah.
Bill Finger should get top billing, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, we have to admit, Bob Kane was the idea guy. He took the idea to Bill. The idea was okay and kind of cool, but had a lot of it that sucked. Bill fixed it. Bob took all the money for it and threw Bill the scraps.
Yep.
Until recently. Yeah.
So,
if this is actually Bob Kane art and not some of the people he had that drew like him, it's actually pretty damn good, especially for an old story.
So this right here tells me that Bob had one of his underlings draw this, and then he slapped his name on it.
Maybe. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if we would ever know because he did so much of that crap. But you can obviously tell it's either Bob Kane or somebody aping his style really well. And Joe Gella's a phenomenal anchor. So I mean, and he may be cleaning it up. But the art in here for a really old story is very good. It's kind of, I mean, the first page is always this splash page, and we get to see, the other thing, I read this, and I want to go and scream and holler at DC and go, dumbasses, here, read this old Batman story and understand why the hell Alfred is so important to Batman. I mean, read it. There it is. I mean, Alfred, Bruce Wayne, Dick Grayson, and Grayson. Alfred is more than a butler. He is also the loyal friend entrusted with confidential not. I mean, he's so important to the Batman mythology, and they kill him for, kind of just a gimmick.
Yeah.
And he's gone. And apparently he was smart enough to like steal, borrow, beg billions of dollars from Bruce Wayne. And, then he gave it to Dick Grayson to become ultra billionaire Dick Grayson.
Really?
When he moved to, you didn't know that?
No.
You're that far behind? Oh yeah. When Alfred died.
I quit him.
Oh, did you?
I was a loyal reader since '74, and I quit. I think I picked it up through the end of City of Bane. That was
okay.
it.
So you remember the Joker War storyline? I guess it was after they killed Alfred.
Yeah.
Okay. After the reading of the will or whatever, apparently Bruce had been paying Alfred for so much for so long, and it's got to be some other stuff. I don't think Wayne was paying him that good. Billionaires don't get that rich by paying people what they're worth. Anyway, he's paying Alfred. He paid him so much money for so long, and he had invested it so smartly in Wayne Enterprises and everything else that Bruce Wayne was, or not Bruce Wayne, but Alfred was worth billions of dollars, more than Bruce is currently worth, like a lot more. And when he died, instead of leaving his money to Bruce Wayne, or he's got to have some other damn relative somewhere, he leaves it to Dick Grayson in Bloodhaven, so that he can be, his own Batman down there, and be his own man and not have to worry about getting money from Bruce, because Bruce is broke as shit now, because even though the Joker stole all of his money and everybody knew that the Joker stole all of his money, somehow they convinced him that like Batman and Bruce Wayne were like, or Bruce Wayne was funneling money to Batman. So now the government's watching Bruce Wayne. So they gave all his money to Lucius Fox, but then Lucius Fox can't give it back because the government's watching him because he's Batman. It just on and on and on and on. Like,
that explains why they just hired 87,000 more IRS agents.
Yeah, dude, it's
just to keep an eye on Batman.
Exactly. But it doesn't matter, because in this story, I actually contacted I called my assistants today. I actually sent them a picture from this story when I read it at lunch. When we get to it in just a minute, I'll explain to you how important Batman is, because you just don't understand how damn important Batman is, or how important Alfred is. But we're going to fix it today. So yeah, Gotham Gang lineup. The splash page, there's Alfred riding up on a motorbike. That giant boulder is hurtling down on Batman and Robin. A warning shout can't help them, so I've got to risk my life to save theirs.
Wait, is that the tractor that pulled your neighbor out of the ditch?
No, it was a regular farm tractor. This is this is more like a front end loader right here or something.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Police Commissioner Headquarters has got, there's the old school fancy dancy
Gordon,
who calls Batman. He has got it's not red now, it'll be red later on, the red phone.
Right after the TV show hits,
it's red. Yeah, it's a regular phone now. So he says he calls him, the special phone in the drawer, the hotline, direct private 24-hour day line to another telephone in the secret Bat Cave beneath mansion of wealthy Bruce Batman Wayne, where Alfred, Wayne Butler, and confidant realizes its significance. Batman and Robin are on a case out of town with Superman, but the phone's tape recorder will automatically record Gordon's message. Okay, that is the panel I sent them. And the reason being is I said, if Batman, back in the damn 40s, was smart enough and thought himself to be important enough to set up a frickin' tape recorder and answering machine, why the hell can't I get teenagers to set up a damn voicemail on their phone? You dumbasses. Do you know how much harder it was to set up a damn voicemail in the 40s and actually have an answering machine than to go, turn on voicemail?
You know, we'd only have to do three things to take over the world from these younger generations. One, write in cursive.
Write in cursive. My kids can read cursive, actually. They can write in cursive too. They actually wanted to learn it in school, and the teacher said, "Why? We just want to." So all of them, by both of my children can. It's weird.
But that's okay. We can trust your kids. My daughter, I'm definitely don't tell her anything. She'll be the Aunt Harriet of this Batman story. Rotary telephones. Nothing but stick shift transmissions.
Yes.
With old carburetors. Because they'll never know to take like a little tree stick and hold the butterfly open if it's not going.
Yeah, and then spray cleaner in it.
Yeah.
Oh, until it backfires on your ass and takes the damn hair off your arm.
Yeah, and if you got too much gas in there, you'll lose your eyebrows too.
I'll have to send you the link talking about old people stuff. There's a video I saw on YouTube, and it's so funny because it come out for like the 30th or 40th anniversary of the Sony Walkman compact disc player.
Oh yeah.
And they or maybe it was a Sony Walkman, the cassette player, and they give it to some teenagers like, this will play music, figure it out. And they're sitting there going, what do you do? And it's just so funny. But anyway, so we find out that Batman's out of town, and after Gordon hangs up, Alfred goes back and listens to it, and he's like, "Hey, we've received an urgent tip that the Tri-State Gang is meeting somewhere in Gotham. Investigate." So Alfred's, "Hey, that's a big job, important job. I'll start looking at it now to see what's going on. That way, when Batman comes back, he hasn't got as much to do." So he goes through the Bat computer, and after he goes through the Bat computer, he discovers that this Paul Padre or Parday guy is actually leading the Tri-State Gang. So he heads out to go to Mr. Parday's house. And when he gets there, he's leaving in a car. So Alfred follows him to see what the hell's going on
his bicycle.
It's a motorbike. It's not a bicycle. It's a motorbike.
Oh, it's like a moped.
Yeah, it's like moped or whatever. Yeah, it's got an engine to it. So he follows him, and he leaves a note for Batman. The thing that I found funny about this is the Batman and Robin get back, and he finds the note. Alfred's gone, and he checks on Party. But that was 2 hours ago, according to the time on this note. So not only did Alfred leave a note, he was good enough to write what damn time it was on the note.
He time-stamped it. I'm
telling you. And Batman, of course, is like, he should have returned by now. We'd better find out to see why he hasn't. And they head off. And I do like the old cool Batmobile that he does draw. It's got the wings on it. It's all they charge, $17 to fix the tire. Sweet.
Yeah, it was just like a tiny nail.
I know, something small. So they head off, and they get back to the house, and Batman's like, "Hey, Alfred had to, he's not here. They had to have left some kind of clue that we could find." So Batman gets in the Batmobile and turns the headlights on, and apparently the Batmobile's windshield has a special filter that allows them to see infrared. And there's an infrared chemical on Alfred's moped. So it's kind of like a big line that leads them to wherever he's going. So they head off to try and find Alfred and Party, who is mysteriously gone to Gotham Prison.
Mysteriously.
But see, now here's the thing. This is old Gotham Prison. It's been deserted for years. There's like 5 prisons in Gotham City. And there was an old one. I don't know. So anyway, they must have turned it into the Tri-State Gang's secret headquarters. Because where else should a bunch of criminals want to go? A secret headquarters. Hadn't they ever listened to frickin', Oh my God, George Carlin. Because whenever prisoners break out of prison, the first place they want to go is anywhere but here. So they secretly hide the Batmobile behind some trees, and they're going to slide in. But this is how cool and up to date these prisoners are, or not the prisoners, but the criminals are in the jail. Well, look at that. They've been seen. Our miniature TV camera hidden in that outside drain pipe has spotted Batman and Robin, just like the guy on that motorcycle. So we know they've got Alfred now. So Batman's due for a shot when he reaches for the outside doorknob. And this dude pulls a little switch, and the doorknob becomes electrocuted. But Batman is actually paying attention to a damn fly that buzzes it and gets a little like electric shock. No insects were harmed in the making of this comic book.
Things that make you go,
Exactly. So Batman's like, a tiny spark. That doorknob is electrified. Really? You saw that? I thought your gloves would be rubber, Batman.
well, maybe not.
Maybe not. So anyway, they use their bat ropes and such. They decide to climb the wall and they head in. But when they get to the top of the guardhouse there's a trap door they've set up, or not a trap door, but a trap stairway the criminals have set up, and it drops Batman without warning. And they slide down and kind of knock them themselves out. So the criminals get to drop on them, and they're like, the crime fighters stagger erectly before bright lights. And they're all like, for Batman has been putting us in the lineup for years, and now that's changed. So they got them like strapped to the wall there with a 6 foot, 5 foot, 4 foot thing. Shows you how tall Batman is. And Robin looks like he's about 5'4". He's about as tall as my old lady. Now to settle the issue of who is going to execute Batman, we'll hold a contest among the 3 gang bosses of our crime combine. The one who proves the best case against Batman shall be the winner and Batman's executioner. Hippo, you're first. Man, that's got to be a crappy ass name to be a mob boss or something. Boss Hippo, you know.
His favorite game as a kid was Hungry Hippo.
Yeah. You hungry again? My name's Hippo. Shut up. What's bad is if you see anything like hippos in Africa or those in South America that the drug dealer let loose down there, he's the most dangerous damn criminal in Gotham. He's killing everybody. Last year when a movie about Cleopatra was being made, the star was wearing a $100,000 necklace for publicity. So I planted one of my gang on the set disguised as an Egyptian charioteer. Just as he snatches it and starts escaping, Batman comes along and chunks a spear between the spokes of a chariot wheel. And, of course, they recover the necklace.
That works, you know.
It does.
It does. And the reason I know this, I know because I got an ass whooping from my friend's mother, and then I got a bigger ass whooping from my own mother. We were just messing around with our bows and they wouldn't give us the arrows, so we would like go in the woods and look for sticks that we could kind of shoot with it. And my friend's middle brother, Chris, was driving his bike down the street.
Oh my God.
And making fun of me. And I tried to shoot him with the stick, but instead it went in the front wheel and whoo!
Flung his ass over.
Right onto the cement, not the cement pond, just the cement.
Yeah, damn, road burn, baby.
Oh yeah, the whole face. Oh, did I get ass whooping? They thought I killed him.
They thought you killed him. Damn it!
He got knocked out, so they thought I killed him. He goes, he probably just got a concussion. We didn't know concussions could actually kill anybody back in the 70s. It's like, yeah, big deal. You got hit in the head with a football, you got a concussion. So what? Get back
everybody has one.
Yeah.
Shake it off, loser.
Yeah, walk it off. Why don't you walk it off? Because I'm in a wheelchair. That's not nice.
Damn it. So the day The next guy's like, $100,000 job wrecked by Batman. You think that's something? 2 months ago, my brother was getting away with the payroll of the lumber mill. Because, they just, this is before direct deposit and stuff. So, like, they had to pay in cash. He's speeding down the road near a sluice when Batman does a double take because because there's Batman riding a log down that sluice. One leap and one punch, and it's all over. This dude was really a lightweight. He says, my brother's serving a 10-year stretch because of Batman. I got a right to settle the score. Yeah. Then the third was
I know what it is.
What?
These are all names they used in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Hippo, Glass Joe was apparently driving the car.
It could be.
Glass Joe, it's like you thought you were good at the game because you knocked him out like with one punch.
Yeah, it's he's like the second boss or something, or second fight.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, listen to this. Last month, 3 of my gang were holding up a diamond setting company on the 4th floor of a building. So, dude, they're like setting diamonds. Everything was going great according to plan. The room's door is locked so nobody can get in. Nobody will stop us. We're here and, high up for anybody to get at us through this window. They're only on the 4th floor, though. But somebody got down to us. How could we know Batman was on the floor above? And he comes swinging in with a fire hose or water hose and like hoses them down. I'm sure fire plan washed away by Batman. Well, all 3 of you certainly have a good reason to snuff out Batman, but because his own brother was involved, I declared Duke the winner of the contest and Batman's executioner. Swell. And to show Batman there's no favoritism, I'll take care of Robin at the same time. There's another page. Ad. What?
Prez.
What the hell is that? I have never read that. So, the Gotham Gang lineup part 2. So, yeah. All right. So, the way that Batman and Robin are going to die, they got to be special. So, they think about it for a little bit and they're like, hey, don't, we can carry out Batman's death sentence when we get back from our caper. No time to rush into this. He's only Batman. We're going to lock him up. We'll lock him up next to that other loser that was on the motorcycle. We'll go out and do our caper. So they go down in the basement and they lock Batman and Robin up. But unbeknownst to them, like Alfred's like on the other section. So there's Batman and Robin are in handcuffs and they're talking about, hey, I don't know how to get out. And Robin's, do you know how? So, of course. I've mastered all of Houdini's famous handcuff escapes. When the guard passes close to the cell door, we'll reach through the bars and grab him. And they manage to crack open the handcuffs. But shortly coming back by, the guard's like, hey, look, they're too close to the gate. I don't trust them. So he backs up. And they can't reach him. So the guard moves on. If only we rig up a bat signal that someone could see. Remember when you unraveled one of your wool socks and sent a bat kite through the window of a gang hideout? We can't do that in here. But unraveling one of my wool socks suggests another idea. So soon, wool threads are braided together to make a strong length of thin rope. And then, now to lasso that radiator outlet. The cord is dark and will blend into the floor. The guard will never notice. Dude, I don't know if there was enough wool in that damn sock for him to unravel it and make a rope. Let alone strong enough to stop somebody. But he does. Because he's Batman. Seeing the prisoners. Now, here's the thing. So Batman and Robin do that, and they back up away from the jail cell because they're like, oh, dude will see us, and he won't come near. So they back up, seeing the prisoners seated well back in the cell. This time around, the guard passes close to the cell door. He's right in position to yank the cord out. They pull the string, that's the yarn, from his sock. So I guess Batman's got like one boot and just a sock by itself. It's like naked in one boot.
Well, he's probably wearing Granny's knee highs.
Granny's knee highs. So with a split second, a judo blow comes on, and they chop the guard and they knock him out. They get the damn keys and manage to get out of the jail cell. So meanwhile, minutes before, Alfred's guard opens his cell door. He says, "Get going, bud. Your hour of doom is struck." But Alfred marches ahead down to another floor. Suddenly, his foot lashes back, and ow! Perfect. I've been practicing that boot trick for the last hour. Now to knock out that guard and free Batman and Robin. So he throws one boot off, but thank God he's wearing 2 pairs. See, he's got another boot right there. So Alfred arrives at a different route to the cell for Batman and Robin. The door open. Oh, I'm too late. Batman and Robin must have been let out and executed. Unknown to Alfred, when Alfred shows up, when Batman and Robin show up at Alfred's cell, we're too late. The door's open. They've already taken him out to be shot. And Alfred's like, oh, it's my fault. Batman and Robin are dead, but I'll make certain they haven't died in vain. I'll swear of it. And of course, Batman, like just one row over,
Same
says,
thing, yeah.
yeah, I'll make certain Alfred didn't die in vain. I'll swear of it. These are really good panels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really good. That is a great Batman. I mean, really surprisingly good for probably what, 40s? Early mid 40s. I mean, even that. I mean, they really took their time with these two. They're very, very nice panels. Shows that they really could draw. So back up here. So unaware, only a few feet of wall separate them. They head out. And of course, they keep missing each other. They're heading out to Colonial City because they, of course, found out what the crime was. Apparently, Colonial City is going to have part of it like knocked down, and they're going to build a condo there.
Mm-hmm.
But underneath the condo, but they got to get there before the condo's put down. They lay the cement foundation. They found that there's like a pirate treasure underneath it. So the criminals want to dig it up, and then they'll have the pirate treasure. And then after they do that, they'll get the hell out of there, and they'll come in and put the concrete down. You know, they'll bury Jimmy Hoffa, and then they build that building. So, so here comes our digging equipment, right on schedule. So Batman and Robin show up as the criminals have hired this damn giant backhoe to dig up the pirate treasure. And they're like, oh, it's the Batmobile. And of course, they see them from a distance, but Batman and Robin really aren't paying attention. So at the meteoric speed, the Batmobile has arrived, the target spot before Alfred's motorcycle. Come on, Robin, let's make it a good one. And as the vehicle passes in, they do not see that they have a giant boulder above them. And the excavator drops it, but Alfred sees it. He knows he can't. He says, that steam shovel is dropping a giant boulder. I can never warn them in time. I've got to save them. So he revs the motorbike forward, thrusts his hands out, and shoves Batman and Robin out of the way as the boulder crushes Alfred. That boulder! Oh, no! And, of course, there's some shenanigans. They fight. Batman gets so pissed off, he runs these stupid losers over with a bulldozer, knocks them in the hole. This is the 40s. Batman uses violence against everybody in the 40s. Later, when the prisoners are and the buried loot are turned over to the police, it's a solemn Batman who carries Alfred to the Batmobile. So, like, he's dead somehow, but we know he comes back. The following day, it's Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. They arrange Alfred's funeral. And later, the house will be so empty without Alfred. I'll never forget what he did for us. Neither will I. And they're all being like depressed and stuff. When the doorbell rings, someone's at the front door. I wonder who it is. Dick, my poor little nephew, Aunt Harriet. Dude, was she on the TV show?
Yes. Of course she was on the TV show.
I thought so. I was like, she was on the TV because she's annoying as crap, isn't she? She's always into stuff. And they're like trying to get away from her because we can't be, she can't find out we're Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when I heard of Alfred's death, I knew you'd need somebody to take care of you. So I've decided to look after you both. But Aunt Harriet, you youngsters are so helpless. You'll need someone to see to it that you take care of your health. Youngsters, I'm a grown man. Little boys always are so untidy. It's no use, Bruce. Aunt Harriet still thinks of us as helpless boys. She's here for good. So she starts cleaning up the damn house and whistles to go off and wash dishes there. Yes, indeed, especially how to account for our absence from home when we run out as Batman and Robin. The end. But now there's a little ad, in-house ad. Alfred dead. This story happened years ago. How is it possible? For the incredible answer, don't miss the next issue. Actually kind of makes me want to read it, see how the hell they bring him back. It's a good story,
It
especially for
was.
the time period. It's really good. It's fun. It's, it's got a lot of the camp that the old stuff has. You can see how it makes the easy jump to the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and how really O'Neill and them change Batman so much. The art is actually pretty good. Some of the panels are really, really good, which is amazing to me because usually when I look at Bob Kane stuff, I'm like, oh my God, it's Bob Kane. It's just not that great. But this one I liked. But like I said, we don't know if Bob did it or somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
There's the thing I told you last time. I don't know if you ever read it. The categories for Super Swamp Thing winning.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, Green Lantern, the house that fought Green Lantern. This story is by Gardner Fox with art by Jill Kane and Joe Gella again. And it's a cool story too. So, this old colorless mansion in the outskirts of Coast City has a reputation for being haunted. Even though Green Lantern scoffed at such things, who can explain the strange goings on in the house that fought Green Lantern? Not only the house is attacking me, but I've done something to my power ring to prevent me from defending myself. So, story opens up. There's these guys, burglars. They're leaving this uh, bank or whatever it is, burglar alarm. They hop on to a waiting car and motorcycle and speed off. A few streets away, a patrol car leaps forward and starts chasing them. And high overhead, returning from outer space mission, comes Green Lantern. And you can see them, they split. The criminals do. That case took longer than I expected. I have only a few minutes of charge left in my power ring. I have to go and recharge it, but not before I help the police catch these thieves. So he actually looks like there in the first one, he puts down, he snatches the damn police car, and I guess he takes it over to the guy that's on the motorbike. He's like, pull over. And he does. He says, I would have gotten away for it hadn't been for Green Lantern. So then with the power ring glowing again, the road in front of the fleeing car changes colors. Hey, what's happening? And he makes a big treadmill thing and picks the car up. And he's like, as the car keeps trying to speed off, it's not going anywhere because the treadmill keeps it in place. So down before police headquarters, the treadmill deposits his burden. Thanks, Green Lantern. Now I can go recharge my ring with just 1 minute to spare. 60 seconds. Yeah. I love how they say 1 minute and then it's like 60 seconds. 60 seconds later, in a hangar off the Ferris Airplane Company, Green Lantern recharges his ring.
Math is hard.
Exactly. 1 minute, 60 seconds. So he does the whole in brightest day, blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. I always thought that was kind of cool and didn't realize it was the actual thing until years and years ago. Then with the solemn oath renewed, boy, am I tired. I better go home, just go to sleep, check out first, but I sure foiled that bank robbery. So back at police headquarters, a visual image appears on a wall. These men deny they stole anything from the bank, Green Lantern, and neither of them has any loot on them. They claim they were hired to hang around the bank and drive away as soon as they heard the burglar alarm go off. Looks like a ruse to throw us off track. The real thief made his getaway. So deciding on this new, oh God, dude, tired. Successful conclusion. Green Lantern heads straight to the bank where he questions the guard. I was making my rounds and got knocked out. So Green Lantern's like, hey, there had to be some kind of clue around here. So he uses his Green Lantern ring and he sees footsteps. So he starts chasing them. And then he heads off, and the trail of tire treads leads to this deserted house miles outside of Coast City after the dude gets in the car. That's the old Corliss place, the so-called haunted house of Coast Heights. So I'll turn all the lights on in the house, which ought to startle the thief into showing himself. But before the tremendous power of the ring, the front doors burst open. Who turned on the lights? Green Lantern. So this dude, he's got a gun. Now, I did not know that the power ring could make heat.
It doesn't.
I didn't think it did.
I mean, unless unless you make a construct of a flamethrower.
Well, that wouldn't even work. That's chemical. He could make a big like magnifying glass, like magnify the sun's rays or something.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's like, as the thief lifts his revolver, a beam of intense heat bursts from the power ring. Hey, he melted my gun.
Nope.
So I was like, I didn't know this. Anyway, so fingers stinging, the thief falls sideways in surprise, damaging an antique grandfather's clock, starting up its old mechanism. Boing. And of course, he heads off. And Green Lantern like tries to grab him. So he's going to like make little hands out of the Green Lantern power ring, which is normal. Only when they come out, they are little hands. They're like teeny itsy bitsy hands. And they can't stop the thief, who runs away. And at the end of the corridor, he disappears. Of course, Green Lantern's looking for him when he rounds the corridor. He's like, where do they go? The footsteps stop here. It's like he vanished into thin air. Oh, and then we see the criminal underneath the floorboards there. And we find out that Corliss, the dude that built this house, was a recluse. Wanted to be alone. So he built all these trapdoors and stuff everywhere. Sliding doors, windows, furniture that can be moved, all kind of crazy stuff. Because he really hated people.
This whole house is out of the old Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, the whole house. So he fitted the place with cleverly concealed trapdoor, sliding panels, and all sorts of gadgets. So this dude has been hiding here for a long time, and he's figured out all this. So now that he's in the walls and the floor, he's going to go around and torture Green Lantern. And first thing he does, he hits his ass with the table. And, Green Lantern's like, oh, I'm going to make me a giant set of green wings that'll lift me and fly me away from this table that just hit me. Those wings I formed lift me upward. They're so tiny, they're useless. What happened to my power ring? So he falls. He falls to the floor, and then heavily to the floor, he sees a large chandelier drop straight down on him. I better form a wall-to-wall net to catch that chandelier. But instead, it's like a little bitty net. He's like, my ring's not working at all. Something's happened to me. I can't summon enough willpower to make my ring function normal. So he has to roll the hell out of the way. He does. And, of course, the criminal's like, I thought that would get him. But the old man's Corliss gadgets, they make up for my lack of weapons. And then he does the Scooby-Doo thing right here. He gets in the picture and he looks at Green Lantern. See, like this. Is as soon as he approaches the wall panel, I'll have him. And Hal's like, what the hell, man? This crap sucks. At least if I had two hot chicks with me, it wouldn't be as bad. So he moves through the house, and the panel slides open, and there's a damn, Five Nights at Freddy stuffed bear in here that jumps out and grabs Green Lantern.
Oh,
and
you know about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Unfortunately. So from the
became my daughter's new obsession last year. So,
oh my God, dude, it won't go away. It will not go away. From the power ring flashes a pair of big buzzsaws, but when Hal Jordan makes the big buzzsaws come up to like chop this bear up, they're teeny. He's like, they're too small to do any damage. This bear's squeezing me so strongly I can hardly breathe. Desperately, Green Lantern concentrates and he makes himself shrink. I didn't know he could do that either. Now I've got to find whoever's making the house fight me and affect my ring so I can defend myself.
That's what happens when you're buddies with Ray Palmer.
Is that what it is? The ring helps him?
Look, so, I'm writing excuses in my head for all the crap that they let him do that he can't do.
Yeah, it's like there's a bunch of like just stupid powers that Green Lantern doesn't have in here. So yeah, he follows the guy and he finds the steps going up. He's like, oh, they're going to the roof. They're at the top of the tower. He says there's no sign of him. He's disappeared in thin air again. So Hal Jordan, super genius, walks to the edge of the damn roof, looks over the roof, never bothers to look behind him in the damn doorway. And the criminal's like, Not even Green Lantern's ring will save him when I push him off the tower balcony. Thrust forward by powerful hands, the Emerald Crusader plunges, but nothing else. I'll do my power ring again. So he calls on his power ring to make a big parachute, and it does. Normal side parachute because it's the outside of the house. And he lands. So now, when he lands with his feet on solid ground, he decides, I can't go back in the house because it's really affected me. So I'm going to pick up this possibly historically, important mansion off its base and sling it around in the air until the idiot decides to give himself up. Meanwhile, I'm sure it won't destroy anything on the inside. And he does. And the guy says, hey, I'll give up. So Green Lantern tells him, get the money out. And then he makes him a little airplane chute. And the guy slides down. And then later on, with mysteriously nothing damaged, Hal Jordan goes back into the house to try and find out what was going on with his powers. And he finds that somehow the clock was ringing back and forth. And the power of the ring reflected off of it to make everything miniature. As normal objects viewed through the reducing glass or the working of a telescope are seen in small size, the tick-tocking has stopped. So now my ring is back to normal. It was a freak accident that will probably never happen again. The end.
This was Julie Schwartz saying to Gil Kane, you have 20 minutes to whip up a Green Lantern story for the next issue of Detective.
I have no idea what it is.
We're falling behind. I don't care. Just 8 pages. Put it together. Let's go.
This kind of stupid, especially compared to the Batman story, because this is much later than the Batman story, and it is it is terrible.
Although, Guy Gardner would have been sitting there laughing at all the stuff happening to him inside the mansion.
Damn it. All right. The last story in this book is he stalks the most dangerous game, Manhunter. All right. I'll tell you a little bit about this, but I read this. I read it maybe twice, parts of it. And I still don't know what the hell's going on. I was like, okay.
I don't think they ever collected the Manhunter stories and even one of those black and white newspaper print trades.
So from what I gather here, okay, this is by Archie Gowen and Simonson. Okay, so this is really early Simonson artwork. You can tell it's him on some panels because you could see his work in it. It's not his best work, but it's probably this is his first or second job. Maybe. So we find out Interpol is looking for this dude. Russ Manning, I think is what his name is in here. Or whatever. Who is the Manhunter. And, he'd made it, to Calcutta where he got locked in a tiger cage and they dropped tigers on him and to this death trap, which he, defeated the tigers with a Bundy Jagger, killed these animals and left. Then he was on a boat in Burma, abandoned with no trace of the Manhunter. And, he kills these people and throws them off. And while the freaking Interpol people are talking, they're like, oh, he's a hero. Says, I start to see a disturbing pattern. And then they look, okay, so I don't even get this part. They have his ID of a dead guy, and then they have the Manhunter's ID, but they're both this Paul Kirk guy who died years ago, 30 years ago. He says, how can you look like you did 30 years ago? It's a long story. Thought of interest to accumulate, kept me young. It's not so smart. They get in this fight. This Paul Kirk does, and he beats all these guys up. And he tells, I got some money. So Kirk presses no charges. The police were summoned. The attackers fled, and the subject soon vanished. So now they're talking about this another job. This is a file, attempted assassination of Sheikh Rashid bin Tehran. They just threw a bunch of crap together there. Oil made him rich, powerful, and played Eastern Western nations against each other for personal gain. Sounds like modern-day politics. Nothing's really changed. Adding unseen fire to already explosive Middle East scenes. Making himself a target, he acquired his loneliness and his limousine. So there's the little sheik guy. And I'm guessing this is Kirk, our manhunter,
Yeah.
or not Kirk. This is somebody gonna kill him. He shoots a grenade at the Sheik, and this little ninja star comes out of nowhere, and it's strong enough to like deflect this rocket powered grenade, which lets the guy live. So the assassin whirled to turn his weapon on whoever deflected the grenade from Rashid's car, and then, as if done with the Japanese shuriken, a star-shaped throwing blade that was in expert's hands, can be swift, deadlier than a rifle shot. He like nunchucks him to death. Dude like falls down. Then they go back to another like abduction of Ra Salvu. So I guess it's like just little stories of the manhunter been involved in. They're inside, and he climbs up outside and attacks them from the top. You again, expect it. It's going to happen often, and the combat begins. Now we learn a little bit about the character here. Every action from Manhunter, stalking to fighting, indicates training in Nujitsu, the original spy art developed in medieval Japan. So, but then they go on to say, how did he get such training? The last living master of ninjutsu died in the bombing of Nagasaki in 1945. Okay. So this dude, like, he beats all these guys up as the helicopter comes and attacks him. But he manages to get a gun. This is actually pretty cool panel layout.
Yeah.
And he hooks a stock to his rifle, to his pistol, so he can make a rifle out of it, and shoots the dude in the helicopter.
Oh no, an AR-15.
Do what?
Oh no, an AR-15. It's got a stock on it.
It's got a stock on it. I don't think that qualifies as an AR-15. Dead man. He keeps reappearing as a hero, now an assassin, but his body vanished from the morgue before it could be double-checked, just as the first time. And, the other things all documented in the file. Manhunter is look-alike foe keeps attacking and clashing all the world over. Secret conspiracy. Well, what do the agents have to do? They're everywhere. And they talk about it. Follow, clear things up. We're going to figure out who this Paul Kirk is, get it dispatched, and then they burn all this crap. And the next story is going to be Resurrection of Paul Kirk. Next issue on sale during the last week of November. Yeah, dude, that was not
maybe
a good
Paul
story.
Kirk was the original Resurrection Man.
I don't know, but it's a terrible story.
I kind of like it.
Really?
I think I like the aspects of it.
Well, it kind of falls into your like Grendel thing.
Yeah. Also, a little bit of Human Target kind of like feel.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Grendel more. I haven't read a whole lot of Human Target, but
I didn't, but I watched the show and it was really good.
Did you?
I was mad when they took it off. I thought they did a good job on it, but anyhow. So
it was a long comic book, 100 pages. I think I had so much going on. That's why it took me so long to read it.
yeah,
I think the Batman story is really good. It shocked me how good it was. My favorite story in the book, though, is still probably the Hawkman story.
yeah.
I mean, the Hawkman story is just stellar. I thought the art was good, story was good, everything. Definitely worth a read for some of the stuff, but not all of it.
No, it's a good book to have.
It's worth money.
Yeah, if for nothing else, the historical significance that this was the first book for DC to go 100 pages, and at this time, Batman and Detective were just doing reprint stuff, mostly, and Batman was monthly, but Detective was bi-monthly. So
now there's
Detective
one
was kind
thing.
of like crashing.
One thing we're talking about with this being the first 100-page. This is the 100-page spectacular.
Yeah.
Didn't they do the 100-page giants earlier? Because, see, I tried collecting them, and I've got a bunch of them. I just collected them because they're 100-page giants. I can't remember if they're before this or not. But when you collect them, if you notice up in the corner, like that, they'll be Batman, 200 or whatever the crap. But up in the corner, there's another number. There's like G28 or something, and that's how you number those giants. But
Yeah.
I didn't see that on here.
No, this is just the super spectacular 100-pager.
Okay, so
They
completely
did
different run.
they did them. They did the spectaculars with the Batman line and the Superman line. And I'm only a couple issues away from finally completing, having all of the run of Batman Family.
Yeah.
And I know they did Superman Family. I only ever had one issue, and it was the cover was, because they would put like one big picture and then a whole bunch of small pictures around.
Yeah.
I guess it was like a parade, and some country star was supposed to be there, and it was like this giant, like 50-foot guitar. And it was like a float coming down the street. That's all I remember about the cover. That, and it was advertising Jimmy Olsen's own book. And and there was like a Jimmy like few page thing, and started giving him like all these like wacky powers, like Elastic Lad and all this other stuff.
Yep.
And I'm like, when I first read it, I thought it was cool. When I look back at it again, when I got older, I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. Why did they do this?
This shit sucks horribly.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I take it you have a not so long book picked out for next week?
I actually got I got two books.
Of course.
Only got to read one, but I'll let you pick. Because I was trying to find something, and I was originally I was thinking about reading Submariner #1 because I love Submariner, but I don't have them pulled out. I've actually got screenshots for you, so
Okay.
I'll share it back there. All right, so you got me back up there to share? Okay, so here's the first one you could read. Marvel Spotlight on Nick Fury. I think I've told you about this, but I haven't read it in a long time, and I was looking at something online, and I'm like, damn, there it is. The Legion of Killers stands between Nick Fury and the Infinity Formula. This is the story that explains how the hell he still looks like he's in his late 30s, and he's like 70 years old. 80.
And hey, look, this cover's from the UK.
Yep, 10 pence. He's back, the deadliest super agent of them all. Yeah, this is when he was not in his own series, and he just spotlights in here. It's like one issue and done. So you got that one? Or are you ready? Marvel Spotlight on the Warriors 3.
Nick Fury.
You don't like the Warriors 3?
I like, well, Fandral.
What's
come
up?
on.
What's up,
It's
Joey?
like, I'm Fandral.
I don't know.
Hogan and what's his name?
Valstag.
Yeah. Not Volstagg.
Yeah, Volstagg, yeah.
Who's the Robin Hood looking dude with the sword?
Yeah. That's Fandral.
Oh, that's Fandral. Okay.
Yeah, Fandral, Hogan, and Volstagg. Thor's three buddies in non-stop action. But the Nick Fury story is awesome too.
So I'm sorry, Fandral, you cocky bastard, you. He reminds
He's Errol
me.
Flynn.
No, well, I know he's designed to look like Errol Flynn. He reminds me of, you remember the Buck Rogers cartoon in the 70s?
The cartoon?
The cartoon.
Really?
You didn't know it was a Buck Rogers cartoon?
I may, but it's been so long I've seen it, I forgot it. Is it the same as the Biggie? Or is it? No, it's before Biggie.
Oh no, this is like Buck Rogers, Dale Arden, Professor Zarkov.
It's like a Star Trek knockoff. It's like the Star Trek cartoon.
Well, it's based off the original, like Buck Rogers, like comic strip, yeah.
Yeah.
But they have a character in there that looks and acts a lot like
Fandral.
that's the one. And outfits are the same. They're both in green, and he's got the little Robin Hood hat though, because he's part of the forest dwelling tribe, and he hates Flash because Ming's daughter's in love with Flash.
Ming or
Ming the Merciless, yes.
But you were talking about Buck Rogers a while ago.
Isn't it?
Ming the Merciless is Flash Gordon.
Oh, okay. So this was a Flash Gordon cartoon.
Well, both of those characters are ripoffs of each other, so
yeah. So, but either way, there was a Buck Rogers one though, wasn't there? Never
I'd
mind.
have to go look. I can't remember.
No,
was
it was
a long
Flash.
time ago.
It was Flash Gordon.
Yeah, Flash Gordon, not Flash.
Gordon.
Yeah, when he throws
Although
that football.
I hope Sam, who played Flash, shows up to the Rhode Island Comic Con this year.
Oh, really? You going?
Yeah. I just sent in my application for the press passes. So if they give them to me, I'll go. If they don't, I'm not going.
Dang it, man. But yeah, I saw.
I'd be going with my girlfriend. It cost us $150 to walk in the door. No thanks.
That's why I don't go to big Comic Cons anymore. That's why I just go to day shops. I mean, the big stuff is like it's celebrities and damn Funko Pops and stupid posters.
Mm-hmm. So
there are no comic books.
I am going to one on the 27th of this month. It's a one-day show, like a VFW hall. It's like it's at like a social club in Fall River, Mass, and it's a one-day thing. My cousin set up there with his art. Had a couple tables like a few years ago.
Yeah.
At a different location. He's not sure. He doesn't think he's going to do it this year. But Larry Stroman's going to be there.
Oh, cool.
Do you think I can find a copy of Tribe to save my life? I'm like, there should be a box around here that I haven't gone through yet that is
has
probably
one or two. Yeah.
That's probably filled with a whole bunch of crap from, early Image days.
Yeah.
So far, I've only found issues of Spawn, Dark Ages Spawn, and Sam and Twitch from the 90s.
It's sad. Talking about the old Image stuff. I read a few issues of Spawn because it was like the hottest thing out there at the time. You had to read it. It wasn't my cup of tea. The series that really got me into reading early Image, because I don't read a whole lot of Image now because they're all kind of, it's way out there. And I know some of it's like, well, some of it's really good, but some of it's kind of crazy. But, and I know you remember it when I say it, but you remember the Max?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that is such a good stuff, and it's freaky.
I don't think I finished getting the issues, but yeah. I started getting the Sam Keith Batman Masks miniseries.
Yeah.
And that I started reading that, and I go, oh, this is cool. This is bringing me back.
So
another thing, talking of that, a series that I loved, and a series that is coming back now because the creator owns it, is Pitt. Remember Pitt?
Yes. Yeah, Pitt. By Known, right? Dale Known? No, isn't that how you say his name?
Dale Keown.
Keown, whatever. But yeah, because he drew Hulk, and then he did, Pitt. And there was all that because I actually picked up some Max comics a while back. I got them over there or something because it was like Max versus Pitt. This is back when everybody was fighting everybody. Max versus Pitt, Hulk versus Pitt. It
Yeah.
was everybody.
Hulk versus Pitt turned into like a huge hit.
Yeah.
Those Max books, certain ones of those Max books are like way up there now. They're highly sought after.
Really? I've been
Like,
picking them up in dollar boxes.
yeah, like if you watch like some of like the Facebook live auctions, like the bigger
Yeah.
ones on the Comic Book Showcase network there,
Yeah.
JJ will have them once in a while, and they're like, you'd expect them, to sell the whole box of them for like $1, and no, like one through like 5, it's like $10-$20.
Oh, well, I guess I did good picking them up out of the dollar box.
Yeah, keep going to the damn antiquity stores. I got to start to find some around here that I can get in and out of with my wheelchair.
Yeah.
Stop poking
I
around
love
comic
antique
boxes.
stores. Yeah, I mean, you get comics. There's all kind of cool crap. I bought picture frames the other day.
I like hanging out at antique stores because it's nice to be surrounded by something that's older than me.
Older than me. Damn it.
So I got something cool to show you because
All right.
you know me and the action figure stuff. So we're coming up on the 50th anniversary of the Mego Toy Company.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they're re-releasing the original minus the Marvel ones because Disney's not going to give anybody permission to make anything that's theirs. No, we don't share our money.
That's how you get to be billionaires.
That's how you get eventually be like, oh, they won't do it. Okay, I'll just make my own, and then tag them and everything. Look what I made. Cease and desist order. Nah, I don't think so. So check this out.
Damn, really?
So there was only supposed to be 4 figures available for the first wave.
Yeah.
But now there's 8. So start off with Batman and Robin. These are all they went back. Now they didn't have Green Lantern back then. They had Green Arrow, Aquaman, and they didn't have Flash either.
Excuse me.
So Green Lantern and Flash are like brand new. But they're doing them in the old school style. And they're using the brand new they're using the brand new bodies that they used on the Hasbro 2-pack they did for G.I. Joe with Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes.
Huh.
Batman is removable cowl Bruce Wayne underneath Batman, and Robin is removable mask Dick Grayson
Underneath.
Then of course you have Hal Jordan, who will have the ring, painted on the glove or something, or you'll just pretend. And the Lantern, and then you finally have a Superman with the skivvies on the outside of the outfit. I hate the new costume.
It's too much blue.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah, I mean that's what the underwear breaks it up for.
Yeah. And we got a Shazam. They've done a couple of different Shazams. They did one which was an exclusive for this store called Tops. They were getting like tons of exclusives, but the exclusive original Captain Marvel that they got was made to look like the old Serial costume.
Oh,
Where it was like the button-up shirt on the side.
yeah. Like
And-
like the wraparound.
Yeah. And, because we all know Shazam didn't have a yellow cape. His cape was white and it had those,
Yeah, yellow stripes or something on it.
it had like flowery things on it or something for some reason. I don't know why. But this is what they did. They go, oh, we'll just take the Robin cape and put a yellow elastic around it. That's good enough. Okay. Flash, Green Arrow, and Aquaman.
Sweet.
So those are this guy that owns Absolutely Retro is awesome. He does pre-orders. He's got a direct account and he works with Marty. So anything that's available for pre-order like these, he charges the retail price, the same price you're going to pay in the stores for them. And then he charges you like exact shipping, which is more than reasonable. So, I mean, I've gotten some stuff off him before. It's packed better than anything else I've gotten in the mail in the last 2 years. So, and here's some surprises that are coming. Red Sun Superman.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I love that story. I like that Batman too, the Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah. Problem is they did the costume up, but we know these things down here where his hands are supposed to be holding guns.
Yeah, but you can't get guns.
You can't get guns with Warner Brothers characters because they're too woke. And then Red Hood. Oh, look, no guns. We'll find weapons packs.
Yeah.
I'll tag the Todd Father and like a million things and be like, so there's these really cool figures that you don't do, but Marty Abrams does, and they need weapons too. Any chance of doing weapons for 8-inch scale figures? Please, please, please. But I'm excited to have these again.
Yeah.
I think they're like between $16 to $18 a piece.
Oh, that's not terrible.
They were cheaper, but now they upgraded to like a new, better body, so it doesn't have the elastic holding stuff inside. It's kind of like a snap tight model, but with movement. But they brought back the oven mitts for Batman, Robin, and Aquaman. I don't know if they're doing the oven mitts for Flash or Green Arrow. I do have 2 Green Arrows that I never opened. They were Marty Mattel exclusives. And they were an exclusive because they turned around and they released it with a boxing glove arrow. Hail, Joe Ball. How you doing, brother? Joe's got a 300-page crowdfunding comic called Death, Death, Death. I'm not sure what it's about, but I think it's death.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, and there's 3 different versions of it. He covered everything. The black and white fans can get it in black and white. You can get it in color, and you can even get it in manga style.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, 300 pages for $25. That's a deal any time of the week.
Yep.
So we got our book for next week. You send me over that copy so I can start reading it because it's such a long book.
All right.
And we'll catch you all next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Right here. Thomas will bring his slinky and I'll bring some some flashy books to show, and
It's a Fizzbit or Slinky, but it's like a Fizzbit.
something like that. We'll have toys.